Hello guys, so today we're going to do chapter 7 section 2, which is complementary and supplementary angles. So make sure you pull up your notes and follow along and fill these out as I go through them, please, just like we would in class. We'll do the notes today on Tuesday, and then Wednesday and Thursday we will practice using these notes. Okay. We are going to say that two angles are complementary angles when the sum of their measures is 90 degrees. Two angles are complementary angles when their sum, when you add the two measures together and we get 90 degrees, we're going to call those complementary. I'm assuming most of you already knew that. If you look at these angles, the examples here, 30 plus 60 is 90. So those would be complementary. Also, it also tells us this is a right angle, which is 90 degrees. So we can say that angle 1 and angle 2 are complementary. The second type of angle we're going to talk about today is the supplementary angle. Okay, so two angles are supplementary when the sum of their measures is 180 degrees. Okay, so if we add 135 plus 45, we get 180 degrees. And then here's another example. And again, you see a straight line. When two angles form a straight line is 180 degrees. So we can say the angle 3 and 4 are supplementary. Okay, so if you look at the top one, complementary angles, it's going to form that right angle, 90 degrees. A supplementary, it's going to form that straight line, 180 degrees. So A, B, and C, we're just going to tell whether the angles are complementary, supplementary, or neither. Okay, so on number 1A, I'm going to do 110 plus 70, and I get 180, which again is that straight line. So we're going to say that these two angles are supplementary. On letter B, I see 49 degrees and 41 degrees. Add those up to get 90 degrees, which is that right angle. So 90 degrees is complementary. And then on this third one, I have 128 degrees plus 62 degrees, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 190 degrees. That is not a straight line. It's not a right angle. So we're going to say those are neither. So of course they're going to throw a few in there just to make sure you're paying attention. Okay, so those are pretty easy. Complementary, 90 degrees, right angle. Supplementary, 180 degrees. It's that straight line. Okay, so here's where we're going to get into identifying it as complementary or supplementary. Again, seeing that right angle or that straight line. And then we're also going to write an equation to find the value of x and solve for x. Okay, then tell the missing angle measures. Okay, so on number 2, we have a 4x and a 36. And again, I know they're a little hard to read. We see this right angle, so automatically we know our first answer is going to be complementary. Since they're complementary, we know that the two angles must equal 90 degrees. So when we set up this equation, 4x plus 36 equals 90. 4x is one angle, plus the other angle has to equal 90 degrees, that right angle. Okay, we're going to solve like we always do. We're going to do the inverse operation. So we'll start by subtracting 36 from both sides, which leaves us with our 4x on the left. And 90 minus 36 is 54. Okay, and then solve for x. So do the inverse and divide by 4. 54 divided by 4. Okay, so we get our 13.5 is our x. Okay, and then if we want to go back, see if this makes sense, which I highly recommend, we just said that x is 13.5. So let's do 13.5 times 4. 12, 13, 14, 4, 5. So that is 54. Over here is 36. 54 plus 36, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 90, check. That's a complementary angle. Okay, so there's always a way to go back and check to see if these make sense, which I highly recommend. Therefore, you won't make any mistakes if it equals what it's supposed to, 90 degrees and 180 for supplementary. Okay, number 3, we see those two angles form a straight line, so we know that this one is supplementary. And we know that supplementary angles must equal 180 degrees. So this angle plus this angle needs to equal 180 degrees. So when I write my equation, x is one angle, the other is x minus 4. Added together, they need to equal 180 degrees. We know that we can combine like terms. 2x, there's two x's there, minus 4 equals 180. Do the inverse and add 4 to both sides. So 2x equals 184. And then we will divide both sides by 2 to get that x by itself. 184 divided by 2 would be 92. I'll double check that, just since I'm supposed to be showing my work. Okay, so x is 92 degrees. Let's check it. We're going to put 92 in for both x's over here. So this one's obviously easy, 92. And this one we're going to do 92 minus 4, which would be what, 88? Add 92 and 88 together. 9, 10, and 8 is 18. That's 180. That's 180 degrees. That's supplementary. There's that straight line. Okay, we have 2 more. I would suggest that you pause the video, see if you can do both 3 and 4, nope, 4 and 5 on your own, and then come back and see if you got them correct. Number 4, we see that straight line, which tells us it needs to be 180 degrees. I guess I don't have my labels down here. So this one will be supplementary. And then I need to add a spot for my x equals. Okay, so those two angles when added together needs to equal 180 degrees. The angle on the left says 4x plus 5. The angle on the right is 41. When we add them together, we should get 180 degrees. Go ahead and combine your like terms. 5 plus 41 gives us 46. We're going to subtract 46 from both sides. We're going to get 134. Okay, and then divide both sides by 4 to get that x by itself. Okay, so if I do 134 divided by 4, get 3, which is 12. 3 again, which is 12. And I'll get 33.5 or 33.5. So x is 33.5 degrees. Okay. And for the last one, number 5, okay, we see that these form a 90-degree angle. So we know right off the bat that these are going to be complementary. And then we need to figure out what x equals. Okay, so one angle is x plus the other angle is 2x minus 3. Add them together, it needs to equal 90 degrees for that right angle. Let's combine like terms. 2x's plus another x is 3x minus 3 is 90. Do the inverse and add 3 to both sides. Show your cancellation. Divide by 3 to get our x by itself. So 93 divided by 3 is 31 degrees. So x is 31 degrees. You can always go back and double check it. This one up here is 31. 2 times 31 is 62 minus 3 is 59. 59 plus 31, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a 90-degree angle. That works. So the angle is 59 and x equals 31. Okay. Alrighty, you are going to use these notes tomorrow and Thursday, so be sure to hang on to the video. You can always go back, check, correct.